Alrighty then.
Welcome to Indoor Fun.
Oh, alrighty then. Hey, I want to talk about my guitar journey, and I wanted to ask a question. What's your guitar journey? Anyway, along a while ago, I said that as part of my Indoor Fun channel, I would do a little guitar. Um, but I figured I would just do a little intro here and just talk about my journey for real, and what it's been like. So I actually kind of wrote a few things down, and I think it's easier for me just to kind of explain it, and then But I question you, like, what is your guitar journey? And it may look similar to mine. Maybe you're at the beginning, and maybe you're more towards the end of some of the stuff I've done, and maybe you're a lot more advanced than I am. And maybe you just need somebody to kind of give you a little bit of a push, saying, "Hey, just get started." So you know what? And so I mean, I started. I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago. I remember always being interested in guitar, and my grandfather actually had a guitar that my grandmother had got in, but I don't think he really got into it. And I remember looking at it and I thought, wow, that's really nice, and thinking, wow, it'd be really cool to start play guitar at some point. And when he passed away, I asked if I could have the guitar, and I have the guitar, and it's at the lake, it's at the cottage, and I've played it, and I did record a song. It's on my Kogan Outdoor Fun channel, and I'll just put a little excerpt right here. 30 summers growing up, 30 summers at the lake, 30 summers growing up, 30 summers at the lake. And anyway, so I started to kind of just play around. I got a couple little books on just basic things, like just picking notes, little songs that you could do just by picking the notes. And that was pretty cool. Um, and At one point, I was like, you know what? I need to take some lessons. So City of Ottawa has different lessons, big group lessons. So I took all the levels. There's a level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And I did all of those, and I started to kind of learn chords, so that all your basic stuff that you're gonna learn when you play guitar. Let me just turn off my tuner here. Your G, D, C, different things, right? And then started to understand a little bit about picking patterns. So Pima, so maybe I'll talk about the Pima. That's basically the name for your different fingers, and it's just a little pattern. And I when I was starting to learn just basic chords and patterns, then I started to pick them, like, so just kind of started to experiment and do things on my own, which was kind of fun. But it wasn't until I started to take some private lessons, and I was lucky enough. One of my neighbors, um, their granddaughter was taking lessons from this man named Larry Wayne Church in the Ottawa area. So Larry, I basically asked Larry if he would come and help me out, and so he basically leads through what do you want to learn. So I wanted to get more into the theory, so he did. We actually, this is where we were, right down in this basement, sitting in this chair basically, and he taught me all kinds of cool theory. Right, we got into all the different scales. We got into circle of fifths and some of the theory behind the different notes and the different within this different chords and all the different scales. I started getting into pentatonic a little bit. Started to get into different patterns, different pickings, different some pretty cool songs. And one thing he does is he does a talent show every year. So I think I was with him for just over 2 years, 3 years, maybe 2.5 years. So the first talent show I did Blackbird, and that was pretty cool. And then the other one I did the Santana song, and I forget the name of the song. Anyway, it was pretty cool. I'll have to look it up. I probably have it in my book here, but I haven't done it in a long time. And I remember because in that one I did at Tucson's. It was a blues bar at Hunt Club and Bank Street, and they've closed since then. But I was so nervous, like, because the first one was just kind of in front of all the different students in a hall that he had rented, I think. I'm trying to remember exactly where that was, but to do it in a bar, and there's actually patrons, like it was like a Saturday afternoon, and anyway, I went up and I started to do it, and I was messed up, but and I ended up just regrouping, and I got through the basic chorus and all the strumming and stuff, but I did mess up my riffs. So, but that was pretty cool. So private lessons, and if you get like somebody like Larry Wayne Church, he's fantastic. He got me into doing a little bit of blues as well, which was kind of fun. And then after I stopped taking the lessons, I kind of stopped playing guitar for a while. Just busy, that happens, right? Kids start getting busier and busier, and you just don't have the time. But then YouTube became really popular, and there's a lot of really good instructors on YouTube. I'm not going to name them right now, but at some point I'll probably end up, playing a little bit. And anytime I play something, then and I got the information from somebody, I'll show them. I'll put a little plug in, so you kind of know. But that's when I started getting into some of the other things, doing power chords and triads, some cool riffs, all kinds of neat things. But really, until I did all of the theory stuff with Larry, it was just basically memorization. But after you kind of understand the theory, now you can start to improvise, and you can start to kind of hear a song and understand, the chord structure, and the notes and all that stuff. And you can start to think about, some of the more advanced things, right? Like lead guitar, and then somebody off, playing some different licks, and you can kind of do that within the same chord or same key. So I haven't really get into that too much, although I did buy one of those foot pedals, and it's really cool. So you can record, a strumming pattern, and then you can wait for it, because it'll just keep repeating it. And then you can try to do some licks along with it. So that's pretty cool. And obviously taking notes, I'm a very visual person, so I've got all kinds of different theory notes that I've collected from, back in the day. Like, this is my original book. So this has all the stuff I did from the City of Ottawa lessons, and then all the stuff I did with Larry. And then all my favorite songs that I've been playing, like here's a bunch of them here. Good Riddance, Hasn't Hit Me Yet, If I Had $1 Million, Closing Time. I've got Wonderful Tonight, Eric Clapton. I love that. Anyway, tons of great songs. Take Me Home, Country Road. A lot of easy stuff, a lot of tricky stuff, and then obviously The Lake. That's the one that I wrote myself, and that's a lot of fun. And then some of the newer songs that I kind of started to play around with, I throw them in here as well. I haven't done them anyway, but Drink a Beer, which obviously, you've seen me drink a few beers. I Remember You, Good Riddance, that one I already talked about. Pretty Good at Drinking Beer, another drinking beer one. Wonderful Tonight again. Wild Night. You Look Like You Love Me. Anyway, lots of really cool songs. And anyway, that's where I am now. I actually have just recently started to kind of be interested again, which is why I made this video. So I'm going to try, and maybe what I'll do is I'll find some of these songs that I like, and I'll just do some short videos. Maybe I'll post some short videos. Maybe I'll play a song and post it. Maybe I'll talk about some of the theory stuff that I talked about earlier here. But I'm just I'm not a teacher by any aspect. So but I can just basically share my experience, and that's basically where I am with guitar. I'm going to be doing more stuff and continue my journey, because that's what this is, right? It's love guitar. it's my journey, and I wonder what yours is. And hopefully this little video maybe kind of opened up your eyes, and maybe some of the things I said resonated, and hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you stay tuned and listen to some of my other videos coming up, and hopefully you enjoy my other indoor fun videos, and hopefully you watch my Mike Hogan Outdoor Fun YouTube channel as well. So obviously that's all my cottage activities and going to the property and just exploring the outdoors and having fun. Anyway, that's it for now. See ya! Thanks for watching. See ya.